Take 2. Testing. We just started this podcast about 5 minutes ago. You know, started well. Good start. Camera shits itself. So here we are. We're doing it again.
2019 and technology still shit.
Round 2. Ding, ding, ding. Hey, welcome back.
Numero 7.
Numero 7. This is the one. This is the big one.
The one and only.
This is it.
Well, it's not the one and only. We've got six more, but
yeah.
It's a big one.
Yep. That's what I was going for then. But yeah, this is make or break. This is it. If we come back next week, we've made it. If we don't, we've broke it.
We done fucked up.
Like the camera, we're broke. First things first. I just want to address a comment we got on a previous episode over on the YouTubes. No, it weren't a malicious comment. There were no malicious well, I don't think there was. And this isn't meant to be a malicious response. But I just want to address it. So there were two things basically this comment boiled down to say. Number one, we are too Mirandaing. We're here, there, and everywhere, you know. And number two is I say sick too much. Which, yeah, I'll give you that. I'm working on my adjectives. I'm both a thesaurus. I'm going through it. But the meandering thing. Yeah.
We'll give you that.
You've got to remember, right, that we are just two mates having a chinwag about motors.
Still a bit of a natter.
That's it. If you want to join us and listen, then that's fucking... Nearly said it again. That's
great.
That's fucking plague.
That's disease.
But yeah, like we're not radio hosts. We're not chat show hosts. You know, we're two mates that dick about with cars and we talk about it. Yeah. That's pretty much what it is. And don't get me wrong. When we start having guests on next week, keep your eyes peeled. And don't worry. It's nothing to be sad about.
I see what you did there.
I'll say no more.
Throw that.
Yeet! I forgot where I were now. Where were I?
Number 8.
No. Yeah, when we start getting guests back on. Not back on. Fuck me. Start over. Take 3. When we start getting guests on, it will be more structured. Yeah. You know, we will have like a proper conversation. But yeah, just when it's just me and thee, we just like to catch up, don't we? Just have a chinwag, see what's going on.
What's been happening week?
What's been happening? So you know, if you enjoy it, then thank you. I mean, if not, I'm going to say sorry, but nah.
Can't please everyone.
I enjoy doing it, so I'll probably carry on. So, right, that's that out the way. I don't think there's any more logistics to do, other than episode 7, baby.
Episode 7.
We gone fucking made it. I won't turn these headphones down because it keep going.
I've got some news for episode 7. It's concerning the Jeep.
Go on. Good news, bad news?
Bad. Well,
bad for you, bad for the Jeep.
Bad for the Jeep.
Oh, poor Jeep.
It's I've been doing bits of it. Mum and Dad are away, so I've had it on ramp all week, and I've been, scraping bits off, and then bits that aren't meant to fall off have been falling off.
Oh dear.
It's nothing too tragic, but it's getting to the stage where, as all cars do with me, I just sort of fall out of love again. It's getting to the stage where it's like the fuel economy and stuff. I knew it was going to be bad. Yeah. But it's getting a bit too ridiculous and stuff. And then, like I said, with this bit of rust issue I've found.
So what have you been doing, and where's your rust issue?
Well, I knew we had inner sills. Outer sills have been done before I bought it. Right. Inner sills, we had a few patches. Not really arsed about them, they're easy done. But I've been doing mainly back end. I've had a rattling, which I mentioned last week or week before. I've narrowed down to D bushes on anti-roll bar, so anti-roll bar's gone completely off, sanded all down, painted up, nice and clean, new D bushes, new drop links. that's hopefully sorted the noise. But then, obviously, when I've had everything off out of the way, I'm like, I'll just knock these scabs off, because my intentions were to clean up best I could and just chuck some hammerite paint on it.
Yeah, looking a bit prettier.
Yeah. But it's basically, it's going up near like the back of suspension points and where spring mounts and stuff are, so it's like into body stuff.
In all the places you want your rust,
it's not there.
That's not one of them.
No.
On a list of all the places you want your rust, it's near the bottom.
It's not one you want. Like I say, it's all doable, but it's going to be one of them. I bought it cheap. It's probably going to be costing up to more than what the car's worth.
Yeah.
So it's still MOT'd and stuff. Like I say, it's nothing too drastic yet, but another 6 months, 12 months, it's going to start becoming more of a problem. So
thing is, with a car like that, them sort of rust issues, if you've got it on the road and it's your daily commuter, and it's an issue, if you're fucking ripping it apart and slogging it about off road, it doesn't matter. That's
the thing. It's like, well, and what I'm hoping when I do sell it, I'm hoping that someone will probably either buy it for bits, breaking it, or it'll just be an off-road toy, which stuff like that won't really matter. It'll just be cut up, slung some big axles underneath it, some big wheels on it, take it off road. It's a cheap car, oh, it's broke, sell it, scrap it.
Why don't you just do that with it?
I thought about it, but it's hassle, isn't it? But that leads me on to what next?
Now I have some opinions on this.
MX-5.
Well, I mean, that's the sensible option. No, the thing is, right, so your Nissan, you like the car.
I did like the car.
You like the power. You like the looks. You like the looks you receive off people. You like how it drove. You like being able to yeet it up and down a slick road. Maybe just up. Maybe. So the only thing that put you off that car is that if you wanted to do anything substantial to it, it was a lot of fucking money. Like, parts are expensive. Like you said before on a podcast, you're talking 300 quid before you've even fucking, got anything you want, or even remotely close to what you want. So what we need to do, right? We need to get our heads together. We need to make a list of Japanese cars that aren't too expensive to buy, that, the aftermarket. What the fuck? I always forget words when I fucking jump in front of this mic. It pisses me off. Aftermarket support.
Aye. The source
is plenty. The aftermarket support is plentiful. That's what we need to do. I think, MX-5s. And before you bloody say it, you fit. Don't start. That winds me up, that, when people say, oh, I don't fit in an MX-5. Yes, you fucking do. Yes, you do. They were, where we were, I can't remember where we were, but there were a guy, weren't there?
Yeah.
And they were talking to us about mine. Bearing in mind, he had a Del Sol, not a big car, and he goes, oh, I don't fit in an MX-5. Yes, you do. Yes, you fucking do. Does my head in. Anyway, that's us bloody meandering again. Chuff me. MX-5, EP3, if you can find a clean one that...
I have been looking at EP3s, but they are ranging from like I've seen quite a clean one, but then I looked at it, it's like 220,000 miles.
Yeah, I was just going to say a lot of them are high mileage.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what else. It depends what sort of thing you want, really.
See, the thing is, like I said, the Nissan I liked, but I don't want to go back into the that I paid too much money for.
Yeah, there's like tiers of cars, isn't there?
Yeah.
That was probably like mid-tier. We want bottom fucking rung.
Yeah.
We want to piss about and, not go bankrupt from doing it. So we'll have to have a think. If you have any suggestions of nice, cheap, moddable Jap? Do you want Jap? Yeah, you want Jap? Yeah. I'll make that decision for your car. So some nice, cheap Jap moddable cars.
Yeah.
Get him in comments. Let's sort Tony out. Let's get him back. Let's get him back to the Jap boys.
Off the 4x4 hype.
That's what we need. Well, do you feel like it's scratch your itch, though?
Yeah, I think it's like I'm glad at the same again I didn't pay a fortune for it. Like I could have paid 4 or 5 grand for a clean one. Yeah. But it's like would I be in this situation now where I'm like I've got 5 grand in it.
It might not have the rust, but then you're like
I'm done now. Fuel's getting a bit annoying. It's like at the minute now it's on me like about 1,200 quid. So it's not end of the world.
Is it?
So I'm glad about that. But I'll say it served its purpose. It scratched the itch, but it's getting time. It's gone, I think.
Yeah, you want something that makes a loud noise and fucking. Something you can fuck about with.
I said the main thing is, because I'm a stingy bastard, cheap. But
yeah.
I don't want something that's cheap and falling a bit. Like, there's cheap and then there's cheap for a reason. Like,
that's the issue. It's like, you obviously don't want rust, but you have to pay for that privilege.
Yeah.
So it's a bit.
I say I don't mind bits, like, but when you get stuff that's like, oh, it's $1,000 for a reason, because there's no flaw in it.
Telling you, Mark 2.5 2020, year of the Mark 2.2s. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Rip pop-ups, city. Mark 1 prices have gone up. Fuck them off. You don't want that. Pop-ups are dead anyway, so why would you want it anyway? Mark 2s, 2020, year of the Mark 2. Get on the hype.
I don't mind the 3, you know.
Mark 3, they're bigger.
I know.
Not that you won't fit. But
yeah, I don't mind them. But same again, I've looked at some of them. You're creeping $5-6 grand.
Yeah, they have held the money quite well, Mark 3s, for some reason, because most MX5 people, like, it's like the ugly duckling, the one that gets like swept under the rug a bit. So I don't like, especially the facelift ones and the limited edition ones. I saw one on sale on Facebook. It was 12 grand.
It's a lot
for like a 13 plate or something.
Yeah.
Well, it might have even been older. I'm not sure. It was a facelifted one. I'm not clued up on years of them. But yeah, like 12 grand. I thought, Jesus Christ.
I know when I was looking around for the Nissan, I know I seen a BRC. I think that were a 12, 13 plate. I think that were only like 9-10 grand at the time. It were ridiculously cheap. Looking back, probably should have got that.
Yeah, we'll have to sit there and work out your budget, what you're going to have to spend, and we'll just go through.
Same old thing, and it's, do you buy cheap and have a lot of work to do, or do you put a bit more in it and get something a bit...
I'd rather, like, before I got the MX-5, and I did get a really good fucking deal on it, in my head my budget was like 3 grand for one, because I didn't want to have to have rust issues. There's a few now on this one, but I did pay 1,500 quid, so it's a bit... But my budget for one, I thought that fucking went again then, I was fuming. My budget for an MX-5 were about 3 grand, because I wanted a clean one. I didn't want to have to get it, fix things, then do what I want to it. I just wanted to get it, do what I want. I were willing to pay for that privilege to do so.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was doing with the Nissan when I bought that, because like that had a lot of work done before I got it. Like, I think it had eyes on brakes and tyres and stuff, but he did them all before I got it, so it was like, it's a fairly clear example. But then it's like, it was getting to the stage where I was like fixing stuff, and then I say when you come into modding it, it's like you can't do anything for less than 400 or 500 quid. It's like, it's a bit of
like the louver that you wanted since you got it. How much were they? 600
and something quid
for a louver,
for a bit of aluminium on your window. But then you could get like cheap ones, but like I say cheap ones, I think they were 300 quid plastic. But then people were saying like it's come out of the box, it's all chipped, and you're having to fiberglass it yourself and then repaint it. So it's like, you don't want to be paying 300 or 400 quid and then have to fuck about and make it yourself sort
for
of
a substandard product. Nah.
Yeah, something cheap, cheerful. Like,
I honestly think Honda. I'm not clued up on the engines.
No,
for Hondas. I can't remember which is which, but like Evan Shanks on YouTube, that Honda Civic that he's got, it's the... Oh god, here we go. EK9, the one that Danny Wappy's got. Yeah. He's got one of them, and he's like, currently he's doing like a twin turbo setup, which is mad. But before that, he bought a full turbo kit, full everything, off eBay, $600. What?
That's nothing, is it?
Do you know what I mean?
I was thinking it's like I say, it's, if stuff's cheap enough, it is easy enough to then go, I'll just get this, and it's like, oh shit.
Hello.
But it's like when stuff like, I keep going back
to
when
it starts at fucking 300-400 quid.
It's like, right, I can do this one payday, stretch it to 2 paydays. It's like a good amount of your wages going into just one thing. It just gets silly with it. But I'll see if I can find something cheap. But I do like the EP3. I were looking for one years ago. I think one of my first cars, like, I was like, I'm gonna get one of these. I'm gonna easy type it off. Insurance. Don't worry about that. I'm just getting one. It's fine. That didn't happen. I do like them.
I do like them.
The one thing I do like about them, don't know why, the gear stick.
Yeah, like on the dash.
It's like a van.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why I like it, but I just do.
Just get a van.
Yeah. Slam a van.
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
A Fiat Doblo.
Oh god. Yeah, we'll have a look. We'll get you back on Team Jap.
Yeah. I say, you Honda stuff, you've always got reliability. I know they burn oil and stuff like that, but they, generally speaking, like your old Nissan and stuff, and Hondas and stuff, they don't break. So that's
one of my life goals, bucket list builds, is a big turbo Honda, but it'd have to be an S2000. Imagine that.
Them things I like a lot. Did not realise the price of them things.
Yeah, 10-12 grand.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember when we went to Japfest, Donington, just in the car park outside, just like, for sale sign in it, like, I'm nipping in here, but this is for sale if you do pass it. £13,000. I was like, oh, nope.
I remember a few years ago when they were like maybe 6. It's just mental. World's gone mad.
I have, I've just said BRZ. That's creeping in the Swede.
I do really like them, but they are more expensive, and parts are going to be expensive.
That's the thing, innit?
But it's that tier thing that we were saying.
That's the thing, innit? It's same with everything. That you can either pay bottom price and fuck about, or it's like for an extra grand or two, you can jump into that bit, and then
it's always just a little bit more, isn't it?
And then you always go back from where you start. It's like bidding on eBay and stuff. I'm always like, I'll chuck 100 quid on it, maximum. Not going. But if, I'll chuck 150.
It's only 105.
Yeah. It's like, you just keep chucking that bit. It's like, when you come back to where you started, it's like, oh, fuck. I've chucking a lot of money in, but like I say, at the minute, I started off with cars as, these are my forever cars. I bought one car, that's me done. I'm not interested in, I'll fix them and stuff, but I've never had a dream car sort of thing, so I'm like, I'll just keep it, and run it, and then it's turned into like, 6 months later, gone. I don't want it anymore. Done. Yeah. I think the Jeep, I think I got that in August, so we...
Not long.
But
you had to do it.
Scratch the itch.
You had to do it.
But
I'm just waiting until I have funds available for my rotary itch. Never going to have Never going to have funds available.
No, but I said I don't want to be looking too soon, because I know what I'm like, and I will be like, that's there, it's cheap.
You'll fixate on one, send it.
Yeah. So I think it's... Wait until...
Bide your time.
Yeah.
Have a look around.
I know it'll happen. I'll be like, yeah. Oh, they're going cheap. I'll wait till it's all cheap. Well, they're now 17 grand, so it always happens, but it's one of them things, isn't it? But if I start looking around now, getting an idea, get the Jeep gone, and see what comes next.
Yeah, I do like the idea of an EP3, though. They are well-respected cars. Yes. So, MX-5 plan. I ordered BCs.
You did.
I settled. I can't remember if we said this last week. No, we didn't, because I ordered them after the podcast. I settled on BCs, ordered them, got them.
They're there.
They're at my house. And, I mean, right off the bat, I mean, straight out the box, no, that, like, even just holding them in your hand, like, it's a solid product.
Yeah.
So I already understand like where the money is. It's just a quality bit of kit, So we need to get them on car, but we need to get it running first. Still waiting on a couple of beats. So we're hoping to have it done this weekend, but probably not going to happen.
As we've said before, when you're building stuff, you've got to budget them extra days, haven't you?
Yeah, that's it. But I'm still not worried.
No.
I am a bit worried. Just because of how close to Christmas it's getting. And then, like, because I'm trying to think about the time frames and stuff, because if we record this now, this weekend is not this weekend once it's uploaded, it's last weekend. Yeah. We'll forget that. So we need to get them on, put back together, and then next year, bro. Next fucking year. I don't know if to say it. I've done something. Sent something.
There's sending it, and then there's first class stamping it and sending it yourself, jumping in the mailbox.
Hand delivered. I've ordered something. None currently exist. When they do exist, mine will be the 4th in the world, 3rd or 4th, can't remember now, and the 1st in the UK.
Mad.
So we've got a UK's first on the way. Oh God, gives me fizzy belly.
It's like shivers up me back.
I don't know, shall I just say it? Let's say it, we get about 20 listeners. I won't say it. We're going full send with MX-5.
It's going there, isn't it?
We're going full motherfucking send. I had a realisation where the money that I've already put in it, why not? Just keep going. We're going full send. So what that's ordered is, if you follow me on Instagram, you'd have seen me put it on my story and stuff a few times. It's the 2M Aero wide body kit for the MX-5. Sweet Jesus of Nazareth.
Turboed.
Tick.
Wide body.
Tick.
The box is there and it's motherfucking ticked.
So yeah, that's a big send. That's big plans. So hopefully that'll be early next year, because like I say, it's not a thing yet.
No.
So
it's being made.
Hopefully that'll be early next year. Get the car one colour again.
Hey.
Actually one colour. Maybe. I feel like the black wings are kind of like a trademark now. Yeah, they might stay, fuck them. So we've got that to come. I can't fucking wait.
It's going to be a lot of long hours, but...
It's another thing to tick off the experience list.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing this car as.
That's the thing, yeah. It's you've got to see it as more of... It's like... If you'd have bought it and then been like, oh, I'm modding my car, what are you doing? I'm sending it to this garage and they're just going to do things and I'm paying money and then bring it back and it's done.
Yeah.
It has been a lot of like do-it-yourself sort of thing.
Us doing it is like, that's money well spent in my eyes. It's like, I said it before to someone the other day, like last summer, although we built the car through summer, which is dickheads. It was like such a sick summer.
Yeah.
We were just fucking working on cars in the sun. T-shirts on. Shorts on.
Yeah.
Knees out.
What?
Knees out, no worries. So I see it as money well spent. And you have a sick car at the end of it.
Yeah. Like you've done yourself and you know.
Yeah. So UK's first 2M Aero wide body turbo MX-5. Boy! That's mad! Oi, that's mad!
That's sick, and I said it!
I think this warrants one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick! God damn! But yeah, that's coming. So then it's gonna be some mad wheels to,
to make it pop.
Because the front, each side, is 50mm wider. Each side. The rear, 70mm wider. Each side.
That's big, that.
So we're going to need some meat. We are going to need some meat. So, but we'll address that when the time comes, because wheel specs still hurt me head a bit. So I'll literally need to get like a tape measure on it and shit.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then after that, shall I just fucking go in? Because this might not happen anyway. The kit is 100% happening.
Yeah, the kit is
That is ordered. But this rest of it is just speculation. It's like the next year's worth of plans.
Yeah.
So once the kit's done, wheels. As I've just bought BC coilovers, I found out the other day that you can take the spring off, yeet,
see the
yeet a bag on instead.
So it could potentially, we could be going for UK's first 2M wide body, turboed, bagged MX-5.
Yeah, boy. I said full send.
It's going.
So I'm still undecided on that yet. I would prefer it because speed bumps. It's an expensive kit.
Yeah, that's the big bit. Like if you're static, you're. Ooh,
yeah.
Oh, that's a 300 quid, 400 quid lump front bump.
Yeah. So
if you bagged, it's just a quick. Oh, there we go, down here.
It's just more usable, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want it to be usable.
Thinking it's alright having your nice shiny show car that sits there, but if you can't drive it anywhere because you can't.
Exactly.
The roads are shit.
When we went, where did we go? We went somewhere in Nissan. I think it might have been Japfest, and one of the hotels were a massive fucking speed bump to get in car park, and I would have never got over it in MX-5 ever. Luckily, we didn't have the MX-5 wheels, but like that beep.
That beeped, I think. Shouldn't have beeped, but
I know. I'm sure it had a beep. I see a red dot. It's right. So yeah, possibly bagging it after the kit's done. Then, if we do decide to bag it after that, it'll be interior, seats, steering wheel, your standard shit, roll bar, all that stuff. Get that looking just as pretty as the outside. And then once that's done, it should be next winter. Then the plan would be to get it in a garage, engine 8, gearbox 8, clutch in, big fat skids. Maybe not if it's going to be a shortcut. But
for stay out.
just get a better clutch in for the boost.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully this one will last that long for a start. 6-speed box possibly, just again to make it more usable on motorways. You've got that 6th gear, even though I've heard it doesn't make a lot of difference to your revs, like with the ratios and stuff. Yeah, but every little helps.
Yeah, my Nissan, I think it dropped from like 17.5 with 2,500. I think it dropped to about 2.3, 2.2. So it's like a massive difference, but it obviously helps.
It does help a bit.
Long journeys.
And then while the engine and gearbox is out, smooth the engine bay, smooth and tuck engine bay. Again, another thing to tick off the list. Bags, another thing to tick off the list. It's an experience car, and we're going to build a sick car. Shit, I said it again. We're going to build a magnificent specimen of an automobile. Fucking these thesauruses are good. Is it gone now? I keep hearing beeps, do you?
Yeah, it's due. 2 minutes-ish.
It's due. That's the camera, by the way. I don't think we've ever explained this camera issue, have we?
No.
Basically, for some reason, cameras in the EU only let you record for, 29 minutes and some dickhead seconds. So we just have to press record again. So that's why it goes off. The camera's not dying. It's just stupid.
Stupid ass rules.
Right, where we're at. Yeah, we're gonna build a magnificent specimen of an automobile. And we're gonna learn while we do it, and it's just gonna be awesome. It's all gonna be on YouTube, so we can look back at that, and it's just gonna be fucking sick. I can't wait.
I think that's the thing as well. It's like when everything is on, like all the trips and stuff, like Scotland and stuff. It's there, but it's not just like, oh, do you remember? It's like, look, that's what we did. We did that.
It's going to be so good. I've just got a vision in my head of how unbelievable it's going to be. I can't wait. Cannot. Yeah. So I've said that. Cat's out bag.
It's often. He's down the fucking road.
Yeah. All said and done. Like all these plans that I have, I'm going to have like over 10 grand in that car.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. I'm never going to get that for it when I sell it. Not even a chance. But like I said, it's the experience of doing it.
Yeah, that's that's the thing you can't really put price tags on. Is
no. It's pissing me off now. I'm just going to go and reset it because I'm like,
due 30 seconds.
It like a hawk.
Yeah, it's going to be a mad wintry summary of car modification.
Back on.
We're back. We are back.
Back on. It's not like I'm saying bacon.
Me want some bacon.
Yeah, mad things about to commence.
Let's say there's sending it, and then there's sending it. It's gone.
Yeah. So by the way, if anyone's listening to this and you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, Jay did this. Just go and do it. Just go and do it, will you? We're going for 1,000 by Christmas. Not many. It's not far off now.
It is not.
It's not. And I'm getting a bit worried that we're not going to make it.
We're going to make it.
Bloody hope so. That'll make me bloody Christmas. It will. What do you want for Christmas? 1,000 subs.
No, what do you really want? 1,000 subs.
1,000 subs.
Stupid ass.
What? Wait, do you not want me to have that? That'll be a mad thing. Yeah. Another goal for next year is I want to try and get a unit going. Just a small 2-car, 2-car, bit of chill space.
Yeah.
That'd be a game changer.
That's the thing. It's like it's just trying to find them. And it's like there's a lot around here, but as soon as they're available, they're gone.
Yeah.
Or there's like waiting list where it's like as soon as that comes up, there's been a 6-month people waiting for it.
It's the prices as well.
Yeah,
it's like house rent.
Yeah.
Mad. Can you live in them? I mean, I'm down for it if you can.
Just chuck a bed in and go, you can't. Why? I'm paying.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah, unit. That'd be quality.
So somewhere to have it. Then it can be dead, isn't it?
Then it can be pissing it down outside. It can be dark. It can and we can still do bits, as the kids are saying. So that'd be ideal, but we'll just have to see on that because like it is house rent. It's not as bad if there's like a couple of years or a few years going in together, but we'll see. Do you want to get a unit?
You get a car first.
Shout. Yeah, we'll sort that one out first. Fucking hell, right? We've been chatting about our shite for ages. So we're going to move on. Now, this was frustrating because we record podcasts on the Thursdays, and I think this next bit of news came out on the Friday.
Yeah.
So we've been waiting like a week to fucking speak about this. But it's the man like Elon Musk.
The crazy fool that is.
The fucking... Oh, I love him. I fucking love him. He's a legend.
He's a man on his own, isn't he?
So I'm sure you'd have seen online the old Cybertruck that's been unveiled.
It's like I'm playing on like a PlayStation 1 game when it's just like, oh right, yeah, you've done all these races, right? You've done the end race. Have this like weird car that we chucked in.
Do you know what it looks like? Remember Pokemon? That pink and blue thing. What are it called?
Porygon.
Porygon on wheels. What do you think of it?
At first I was like, what the I kind of like it.
At first I was like, that's not real.
Yeah, that's the one thing that got me. I'm like, nah, it's just like
surely not.
Green screen and stuff. Yeah,
no, I thought it were real. I didn't think it'd be released, and people are still speculating on whether it actually will or not.
Yeah,
but the fuck. And then like the price list and stuff came up. I'm like, holy shit, this is real. You can buy this. Oh my god, it's mental. I love it. I think it's quality. More. Thing is, right, we are what you'd call petrol heads. Yeah. We talk about electric cars a lot on here. I was thinking about this the other day when I was writing fucking Tesla Cybertruck in my notes. I thought, we do. Carry on. We talk about electric cars a lot. Yeah. But with a guy like Elon Musk doing all these mad things, it gets people talking.
It's not... See, these electric cars as in your little Nissan Leaf.
What was that little fucker called? Gee-whiz.
Yeah. There's them, and then there's building a truck that's an armoured truck.
Fucking mental. Like, that's what more traditional manufacturers need to start doing.
Yeah, out of the box, just, here we go.
Yeah.
What's like, what?
Why? God, you've got the means to.
Yeah.
Fucking send it, will you?
That's what they need a bloke in the back. It's just being like, we've got that spare bit of cash just hanging around. We could spend it on like getting that bolt through like 30mm shorter and we could just build something mad and chuck it out.
Should we redesign our existing wing mirrors so they are 0.33 recurring, more efficient to wind resistance? Or should we build something mad that people are going to go crazy for?
Yeah. I think that's the thing, it's like Ford, they did that Mach E thing. Mach E.
Not a fan.
It's like they're doing publicity, but I think they did the publicity wrong. I think they've got a lot of backlash after it.
Why did they have to call it Mustang? Nope. Stop. We're meandering. Stop. Elon. So what I loved about the unveiling video, have you watched it?
Yeah.
I love how lackadaisical he is.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't. It's like he's prepared something and then forgot all about it, and then just like, oh yeah, that we did do this.
It's like he's like so rich.
Yeah, unbelievably rich.
And like it's like he struggles to speak in front of a crowd of people.
Yeah,
it's like
I think that's what I like about him. Like,
it brings him down to earth.
Yeah, he's a common he's not like some like billionaire who's I've had millions of classes and I just pay people to do things. It's like I could see him in the backyard like flipping some burgers and he's like, you want to come in for a quick barbecue?
It's electric.
It uses no gas.
Well, when he'd say something like something they'd been developing for fucking 10 years or whatever, and he'd be like, oh yeah, we also did this, and everyone would be like, yeah, fuck you, I love you, Elon, woo, fucking had my babies, or whatever. And he'd be like, yeah. Yeah.
But at the end of his truck, when he's just like, oh yeah, we also did
almost forgot, we also made an ATV.
Yeah, just
that can drive up into the back and then you plug it in like you're chuffing iPhone.
You get this in aux.
He even forgot that. You're like, oh yeah, it's actually charging now as well.
Yeah.
So there's that. Yeah. Everyone's like, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
So sick. I think the window breaking thing worked in his favour.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot about that saying, is it genuine? Like, oh shit, or have they been saying, is it like a PRA? Like,
I think it were genuine.
I think it's genuine
because like if it were like a PR stunt, would they not just have put like acrylic in there and threw a fucking brick at it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, what would he gain from it? So I think it were genuine.
Yeah, because like when he turned around, he's just like,
room for improvement, I guess.
We'll go back and change that. It's like if it had been a PR, I think there'd been a bit more like, oh, well, this is staged, huh?
I think it were an off-the-cuff decision that he just went, throw it at the truck.
Yeah.
And like, are you sure? Because he didn't throw it hard.
No.
Whether the truck just had normal glass in, because
Yeah.
it's not a production model.
That's the thing. That one might have been just a rush. Right, we need this ready now, just to go on this stand. We're just gonna couple,
And like he said, it didn't go through.
Yeah.
Still quite impressive.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. If you launch that ball at some normal cars, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go through.
yeah, especially a side window.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it, and I love him. I think it's quality. It's like what you were saying the other week about Tesla. How like people have the cars, and then like why not have this car that you can enjoy? And I listened to the Joe Rogan Experience with Elon Musk in the other day, and he literally said what you said, but from like a year ago or however long ago. He said, we want to make stuff that give you joy because there's not enough things that you can buy that give you joy. So that's what we're trying to do. It's basically what you said. He's just mad.
I'd say he's just there's doing things, and then it's like outside the box, and then he's just like in another universe outside that box. He's just like,
Well, listen to this. You'll love this car. So their model lineup, there was the Model S. The first one. I know they did that Roadster, but this was like the first new age Tesla that went mad. So the Model S. Then they released the Model 3, like the smaller version. So like basically 5 Series, 3 Series.
Yeah.
Then they released the Model X, the 4x4A SUV boy.
Yeah.
And then I think it's next year they're releasing the Model Y, which is like a smaller version of the X. So it's like a crossover type deal. So you've got S, 3, X, Y. Motherfucker spelled out sexy in his model names. He's fucking...
I really hope the next line is just going to be motherfucker.
But with the Model 3, he wanted Model E as the name, so it legit would say sexy, but Ford have the rights to the name Model E.
Yeah.
So he's just doing it different, and that's what the car industry needs. Yeah, it's with electric cars, which doesn't look well for us petroleum heads, but like you've got to respect it.
Yeah,
it's so sick.
I think it's like now it's being pushed into like, I think it's like, all the shit, the world's going to shit, be best change. It's like everyone's rushing to like do the thing, but eventually it is going to be electric.
Yeah.
It's happening. Yeah. It's not like
they're already starting to ban diesel.
Yeah, it's
only a matter of time, but
because it's like I've always said, I'm like, well, how are they just going to like phase out cars? You're never going to do all this racing and stuff. It's just like, look how fast like Formula E and stuff's coming.
Yeah.
And it's just like
it's massive, isn't it now?
It's in I think Abby Eaton, who was the Top Gear driver. She were doing like some Jaguar electric championship thing. It's like they come in big. It's like like I say, banning diesels and stuff, it's like they're making them undrivable. It's like the amount of stuff we see with like your DPFs and stuff. It's just we're telling people, don't buy diesels, they're shit, they're going to break down.
They're going to wean diesel out, and then everyone will go buy petrol, and then they'll go, oh, there's no bloody petrol left.
The dinosaurs have run out.
But if eventually we are all going to have to be driving around in electric cars, I'm glad that someone like Elon Musk exists.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll be all fucking pottering about in G-Whizzes.
Yeah.
And what's that fucking Peugeot one? Ion or some shit. Disgusting. Or you can have this... Have you heard what the 0 to 60 spec is on the new Roadster?
Yeah.
1.9 seconds.
That's just... Oh, mate.
They mentioned that on Joe Rogan podcast, and he's like, so the new Roadster is coming out next year, right? And he's like, yeah. But they were like a 5-second pause before he answered questions. So the new Roadster's coming out next year, right? Yeah. What was the predicted 0 to 60 time on there? About 1.9 seconds. Yeah. Just like it's yeah, we did that.
It just could be better, but we settle for that.
That'll do. What were the 0 to 60 on this tri-motor Tesla truck? Can't remember what it was.
I can't remember.
It were in the 3.
Yeah, it was low.
We're in the 2.
I don't know if it was 2.8, 2.9, I think.
You showed that video, didn't you?
Yeah, cause I think when it was showing the price range, I think it was like the 2-wheel drive 4x2, 4x4. I think the 4x4 had tri-motors. I think that was like the 2.8, 2.9.
Yeah, it were 70 grand, boy. Starting at 40 grand. These look like mad for everyone. This is the thing as well. Roadblock, shout out. Roadblock TV. He said, I was talking to him about it, and he sent me this image. Like, there's loads of stuff to come out about this. I don't know how he got this information, but there's loads of stuff to come out about this Cybertruck, and one of the things is the aerodynamics. Like, everyone's saying it's shit.
Yeah.
It is not. It's better than most cars. Honestly, I'll show you the picture after this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's like the only thing I like stuff like that. You see stuff and you're like, but like Elon Musk and his team of people, they're not just throwing stuff together willing it. There's gonna be, but the one thing that did, like I've seen windscreen wipers and stuff. You don't really see them, but is it that like
it'll just be a pre-production thing?
Because there's not wing mirrors and shit like that. Because people are like, oh, how do you wash the windscreen? It's like, come on, mate. It's like, it's not a finish like, oh look, come buy this one now. It's,
yeah, I'm sure they'll have wing mirrors or they'll have fucking cameras or some shit. Yeah. But yeah, it's huge as well. Like, it don't look that big when it's on stage. It is huge. The bed's something like 6 foot. It's massive. It's huge. And then both doors are like full-size doors. It's huge.
See, that's the thing that annoys me as well. It's like, in American stuff, like they build like the F-150, F-2, 3s, big trucks.
Yeah.
They look normal over there. You go over there, it's just like, that's just a normal truck. You bring something like over here, you park in Tesco,
I did think of that, like, because it is that big. It's massive. Saw a picture of a guy, big guy, and he had his arms spread out, and it were like, the bed was longer. And he was a 6 foot odd guy. Yeah. So that was the thing, whether they'll come over here or not. I don't know.
That's the only thing, that we don't get the goodies.
Bastards. Bastard bloody Brexit. Yeah, he's a fucking legend.
He is. He's just doing stuff differently. And
just the way, if you haven't listened to that Joe Rogan podcast, go and listen to it with Elon Musk, because it's fucking fascinating how he thinks. It's just mad. He's on his own, that guy.
Aye.
He is.
Tell you what I did see. The Popo, the 5-0, the police.
Yeah.
South Wales. The Rozzers.
Aye.
They be catching fools, in the little Peugeots and whatever they're running about in, Ford Mondeos and that. Astras, yeah. They've gone, nah. They've just took on the Ford Focus ST, 260 odd brake horsepower. Really? They've stuck a fleet of them on.
What, in full police livery?
Yeah. It's just been...
South Wales?
South Wales.
Sick.
And also a Ford Raptor. They've added them to the fleet.
Nice.
Just said, we don't need to do much to the Raptor. It can handle, like, the chassis can handle 1G and stuff like this. It's like, we've just basically, like, shopped it out to, I think, Essex, they said. That's, like, the main police where they do everything, lights and liveries and stuff. Like, it's literally like, we'll just give it to them and brought it back, and we've now got a fleet of them.
That's quality.
So, if you're in South Wales,
Good luck.
Just be careful. They literally were like saying like it was this big paragraph of specs of like the Focus ST. It's 260 odd brake horsepower, and they're doing a special diesel one just for the police and all this lot. Like, you know, for the top end that you need all these upgrades. And then it was like the Ford Raptor. Well, we put bigger wheels on it and we put police on the side of it. We don't need to do much else. It's like we're pretty confident it's going to catch them over sand.
Is there what's in the Raptor, engine wise? The V6 thing?
Yeah, I think they do, because I think you can get it in just the Ford Ranger. They do. I think it's a V. I think they do a 5. I might be wrong. I don't know, but I think they do a 5-cylinder one. But I know they do a V6. V6 Auto. I don't know if they do a big. They probably will do like America specs. They'll go to V8s and stuff.
Why? Right, we've got the Mustang over here now.
Yeah.
The actual Mustang, not this dirty nude thing. The actual Mustang. Put that engine in a Raptor.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I would deck myself up to the teeth to have one of them. Imagine that. Like, do you remember that Hennessy one that were on Top Gear? Wowzers. Wowzers. I honestly would.
I remember it wasn't that long ago, Hoonigan on YouTube, the Burnyard thing, you know, it's just like, bring something and send it for a bit. I think it was a turbocharged V8 Mustang, and just the noises that just doing donuts, just you know, figure eight donuts. But I was just like, I'd send me to sleep. Come on.
See, we're going to meander again now because you just reminded me of something on Hoonigan. They released a video of a 4-rotor RX-7. Holy motherfucking shitballs. That thing is ridiculous. 1,000 horsepower. 1,000 horsepower, straight up. Turbo's about the size of my wheel on the MX-5. It's fucking ridiculous. It sounded like an F1 car.
Yeah.
Because do you know the old Le Mans racer, Mazda, orange and green livery? Yeah. That had a 4-rotor in it. So that's like where the idea come for people to start building 4-rotors. And the sound it makes is ridiculous, but just watching the guys that built it walk around it and explain everything just makes me realise how little I know about cars.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's then when you get their sort of built up with it, people are bringing to them. It's like I've seen. What is it? The series they do where people build stuff like that Pontiac thing that came.
Oh yeah, build biology. Or whatever,
like the breakdowns on them. What people have like. It's like, oh yeah, we did this, but then this weren't fit, so we had to go and get the 3/16 of that. And I'm like, you've lost me. Just
honestly, there were what? Oh, I can't remember what it were. Should I try and explain what it were? I'll do it. It was something to do with oil, some sort of mechanical driven oil pump. It was at the back of the car, under the bumper. And he just explained some wizardry about how it worked. I blacked out for a second. None the wiser.
just give me the sound again. Just what the hell?
It was fucking mental. Yeah.
That's what I did want to talk about as well. On the Hoonigan, I think they've been in Saudi Arabia. I think this week, last week. And have you seen the? I don't know what it is. Yellow. I think it's a Nissan. Don't shout. No, it might be an Infiniti. It's one of the two. But basically, I think they've took a few cars over.
Oh, they're yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Doing a few shows, whatever. Did you see the pictures of it?
No.
It is very on fire.
Is it?
I think Danger Dan, I think he basically put a lot of the hours into it, and another guy, I think it's Maya or something like that, he was basically the one driving it. I don't know if it's his car or what, but it's like, shout out to Dan, like the pictures on his Instagram was like, glad for all the time and effort and all this that's gone into it, this thing is absolutely rad. Day later, it's on fire. But the shot is brilliant. It's like in a crowd of people, like little stadium, cars there, he's just hanging out the door like death stare. It's like back wheels on fire, engines fully in flames.
Fuck me.
Car's gone.
What would you do in that moment? Jesus Christ.
But that's the thing that it's like...
First thing I do is poo.
That's any normal sane person would be like, shit, fire extinguishers. It was just like handheld GoPros and stuff. Just like, yeah, car's totaled.
They fucking mad. That's I love them boys.
They're one on their own. It's just
they're so sick.
It's just build a car and it's a piece of metal though.
I said it again. I can't help it.
It's a thing that's staying.
It's like blinking. I just do it. Don't think about it. Oh, bloody hell. Right, where are we? What time are we on here?
Oh, we're there. We're 40s.
40s?
We're 42-ish.
Yeah, we'll keep going. We'll keep going.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em. Something else that I want to talk about. That's why I want to keep going. Released again soon after the podcast ended last week. The Grand Tour boys are back.
Yes.
Some of that. Go on, son. Happy about that. They're not in cars.
They are not. They've been boats, aren't they?
They're in butts.
Bloody butts.
Touch the butt. It looks so good and I'm so happy.
That's the thing. I think what made Top Gear for me wasn't particularly the cars. It was them three.
It was their camaraderie.
Yeah. It's like the specials and stuff, like Mongolian and stuff like that. I absolutely loved. And like I say, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, we're driving this new McLaren and stuff.
They were the shit bits.
Yeah, it was like, right, we're in an old Land Rover in the middle of the forest somewhere. Oh, fuck. It's like...
Jeremy Glenn, my suit! The quality. You can tell it's real as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not like, right, here's a script, right, say this, we're going to go and stay in this hotel.
Do you remember that? I can't remember if it was Top Gear or Grand Tour, but where he's like, we've literally had an letter. And that guy who said, it was scripted, I think it were Grand Tour, who said it were too scripted, because they did do the scripted bits, which were funny, and I appreciate it. And then they did where they didn't do anything. And then like, what happened? Someone showed up in like an aerial nomad, probably Hammond.
Yeah.
Can't remember what Clarkson had. What were it? Something not an aerial nomad. Like a Porsche or something.
I can't remember.
I'm seeing blue.
Yeah.
I don't know, anyway. And then James May shows up in a fucking larder and goes, this cost me this amount, which means I have this much money left to turn it into a fire truck. And they're like, what? So he's going round starting fires in bins and putting them out in a larder fire truck. Just so quality. Of course there's some scripting involved. Yeah, of course they're making a damn TV show, not a shit podcast.
There's some structure there.
Yeah. Well, I'm so happy that they're back. I can't wait. Cannot wait.
That engine when
oh, don't, 'cause I will cry. Horrible.
It was like.
What were it at the end of?
Grand Tour.
No, yeah. What were the bit about the film? The end of.
God.
Monday or something like that.
Yeah,
something
like
they
were cutting that way sort of thing, and then it was like, and that's not the only end.
You're like, what were it? That's not the only end of a British motoring institution or something. That's not the only British motoring institution that's ending. We are. Oh, Clarkson, don't do me like that!
Tell me that motherfucking thing.
Fucking horrible.
Shivers.
Gooses. Like when people booed.
Yeah.
And you could see him just like, it was horrible. But I one gripe I do have. They should never said that they were doing specials.
No, if they'd have just been like, we're back.
They should have left it. We would have been losing our shit twice as much when this got announced if they didn't say that. So you're like, well, truth is, we're not actually leaving. Yeah. No, come on, you've been going then. But no, that were a bloody tearjerker, that.
Yeah, that.
Need a minute.
let me settle down.
Need a breather.
No, but I am glad they are back, not that's back. But
yeah, I'd say one every 6 months if you can handle that, boys. Yeah. That'd be swell. Not sick. It'd be swell.
Swell because they're on a boat. Swell.
Oh!
Nautical term, bitch.
All right. Should we call it a day there then?
Yeah,
I'm happy with that, me.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah, we're good on
We're good on. Stay tuned for next week. That's all I'm saying. Stay motherfucking tuned next week.
We made it this far, so it's a special.
We said we're at episode 2, something daft.
Yeah, we're really on, weren't it?
We said that if we make it past episode 7, we'll do something special for episode 8. Well, guess what?
It's happening, motherfucker.
We're doing something special for episode 8. So join us next week. You're not going to want to miss it.
No, it's going to be a good one.
You're not. Follow us on the grams. The links will be in the description of wherever you're viewing / listening to this, to keep updates on what's going on next week. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be the funnest time.
The funnest.
The funnest. let's just say there's going to be an extra chair. There's going to be another chair. And someone sat in it. With a mag.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. Right. Any final thoughts?
Find me a car.
Find me a car, yeah.
Find me a car.
My final thought would be 2020, year of the Mark II.
Oh.
Watch your space.
Year of the wide 2-2.
That's it, boy. Right, we'll see you next week.
See the...